After the first week of the YNW Melly trial, a lot of y'all stopped caring about this case, so we stopped covering it. Because after the first week, there wasn't really any more juicy or sexy information left. And for the last week and a half, it's been pretty much the prosecutors and the defense battling over technical issues, which really wasn't as entertaining as what took place today. Because today was probably the most eventful day in court for the last 2 weeks. Because YNW Melly Mans took the stand against him. The person who took the stand was a man by the name of Fetty Fargo. Now, Fetty Fargo actually had a closer relationship with YNW Juvie. However, him and Melly got acquainted because Juvie would bring him around when they were in the studio, and they were trying to onboard him as a member of YNW. Fetty Fargo was with Melly, Juvie, and Sack Chaser in the studio that night. And he was one of the occupants of the red minivan when they hopped out the studio, and YNW Melly, Sack Chaser, and Juvie hopped in the gray vehicle and went about their way. He was one of the occupants of the red vehicle who went the other way.
Okay, and do you see that screenshot at timestamp 3:51:31? Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see yourself inside that red Mitsubishi vehicle?
Yes.
And where are you located?
I know the prosecutors subpoenaed and mandated Fetty Fargo testify because they wanted him to assist them in proving three things. They wanted him to absolutely confirm that Melly was in the gray vehicle with YNW Melly, Juvie, and Sack Chaser, and that at no point did Melly hop in the red car and drive off with them. The prosecutors are also trying to use Fetty to plant seeds into the jury's mind that they think would eventually nourish into seeds of doubt when it comes to Melly and Bortland's story of a drive-by. And they would do so by showing text messages where it shows Fetty essentially doubting Melly's story and telling Melly that nobody believes their story of a drive-by and people think that they indeed killed Juvie and Sack Chaser. In the messages, you see Fetty telling Melly, bruh, like, y'all story is effed up and nobody knows what to believe. Like, y'all story don't make sense and is contradicting each other. And Fetty even tells Melly, bruh, stop with all the texting. Like, pull up. You feel me? Like, we want to see what's up. Like, pull up and come and holler at me. You feel me? Like, tell me what's up. Now, from Melly's point of view, bro, I'm not about to link up with people who think I killed their best friends, right? Like, I'll get killed as well. From the surface, people are probably like, well, one personal opinion on whether or not Melly killed his friends or not don't mean anything in a court of law. But put yourself in the shoes of a juror. If you're judging a case and somebody is being accused of killing their two friends, and they're giving you this story, and one of their close friends or somebody who is a part of their friend group come to court, and there's proof that even their friends and family didn't believe their story. Now, you as a juror, if you believe their story, you now got to second guess yourself like, hold up, why do I believe their story? Like, am I tripping? If their own family and friends thought they were lying, if their own family and friends thought that he killed his two friends, then why am I doubting the story? It's those little things that ultimately wins court cases. Third and lastly, the prosecutors brought Fetty Fargo to testify to unveil and unmask this persona of this innocent, youthful kid that YNW Melly has been playing in court. If you watch the court sessions, he's smiling, he's cheesing, he comes off as super innocent, his stature is really small. He comes off as really youthful, and it's almost unimaginable to think that somebody who is that youthful, that small, that frail, that fragile would murder two of his close friends. The prosecutors have been trying to dig at it with the gang references, with the photos of Melly throwing up blood sets. And today was just, another one of those days where they're digging at this persona that Melly is not no innocent kid. And one of the ways they did so with Fetty's testimony is they showed text messages where Fetty is telling Melly, yo, a lot of people are hurt. A lot of people think you did this. And they want answers. And Melly's response was, man, tell them F that. If they think I did some shit like that, we can go to war, ninja. You know I would never do none like that. But essentially, like this is where we get to see the real Melly. In terms of violent, in terms of, brave, courageous, never backing down. He's telling Fetty, who's a known gang member, let's go to war. So this veil that he was this impressionable, frail, fragile, small, youthful kid who wouldn't do nothing like that, that goes out the window when you see him in messages telling somebody, let's go to war. I'm about that. Fetty Fargo was an odd witness, though, because he wasn't just outright a hostile witness, but it came off as if he didn't want to speak. It came off as if he didn't want to testify in court at fears of being called a snitch. What we usually see for these witnesses is they will come to court, and because they don't want to be labeled a snitch or they don't want to really testify, right, they sort of hold it against the prosecutors by going out of their way to sort of sabotage the prosecutor's case, by going against their word, contradicting themselves, barely speaking, being hostile, fighting back and forth with the prosecutors. And then when they're being cross-examined by the defense, they'll usually lay over, let the defense have their way with them, and essentially go along with whatever the defense want them to go along with. But Fetty was a little different, because even though Fetty was combative with the prosecutors, he didn't lay over with the defense either. Like, he wouldn't give them anything either. So it looks like Fetty just came to court, and he still hates Melly, it seems. He still believes that Melly did indeed kill his friend, but he didn't want to come to court and testify and be labeled a snitch. So you will see this interaction right here with Fetty and Melly's defense attorneys, where they're like just bickering back and forth and being combative over something as small as, when do you smoke weed?
So you smoke a lot of marijuana, right?
Possibly.
Well, you smoke it anytime you get a chance, I think is how you phrase it.
It's your answer, yeah.
That was your answer.
I smoke when I smoke.
You smoke when you smoke?
Yeah.
And when's that?
When I smoke.
And when would that be?
When I smoke.
How many times a day?
Objection.
Okay, you did. With respect to your daily marijuana regimen, did you smoke before you came here today?
I did not.
Okay. I have nothing. Thank you.
I should have.
The defense attorney's reasoning for asking him how much weed he smoked was to essentially say, yo, it's been 5 years ago. He smoked weed about 2 to 3 times a day. So his memory can be affected because weed makes you a little bit slower and affects the memory. Allegedly. All right. Now, if he's somebody who is dedicated to making sure that YNW Melly walks and don't want to be regarded as a snitch and don't want to help the prosecutors, then he could have just went along with that. Ultimately, I don't think his testimony moved the needle at all in terms of this case, in terms of Melly's guilt or not. Now, I did hear a discussion of people saying, one, that him taking a stand is snitching. He's testifying. It don't matter what he said on that stand. If he gave any information to the police, he's testifying. So, hey, all right, I'm going to leave the discussion of snitching up to the street dudes and up to y'all who care about it. All I'm here to say, man, is, hey, listen, Melly was up like 3-0, right, before the July 4th weekend, bro. Right now, I don't know, bro. It's looking a little bit gray area-ish for Melly's guilt, all right? It's your boy, Poetic Flacco. Like the video, sub to the channel, comment for the algorithm. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.